Traders, hello. Connor, welcome back.
Thank you, Scotty. How are you?
I'm very well. Episode 56, so we're well into the new year of recording. It's been more than 52 episodes now, and
New
we've got it.
year,
It is. It
new
is.
me, new trend.
It's gone really fast too. It's nearly
Yeah,
April. Man,
yeah.
ridiculous. All right, now before we get into talking trades, guys, and explaining things, quick risk disclaimer. So both Connor and I, we're not giving you professional financial advice. If you are seeking that or forex systems, please, I would probably recommend Google searching Walter Peters. It's not free stuff that he does with his courses, but there's a lot of good YouTube stuff as well. But again, Connor and I, we're not giving professional financial advice. So when we're talking about, we might bring up a chart and we talk about a potential setup. Although both of Connor and I are trading with real money, we've done a lot of background work, we've done a lot of back testing and demo trading. So please don't just open an account and start trading with your real money, because I think, 90% of retail traders lose money? It's something like that, isn't it, Connor? That sort of
Oh,
statistic.
it's more. It's like it's like 5% make money. I thought it was something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. And
But
then,
I mean,
yeah.
that is a stat though. That's because I believe that that people trade for a month, blow their account, and never do it again.
Yeah.
Like if you stick at it, you'll get good enough.
Yeah, I've heard that from a broker actually. That's sort of what happens. That you're enticed to put a couple thousand in, and then they want you to trade a lot as well, guys. So you see, Connor and I, we've had a couple of trades going for more than 4 weeks. They're like, they're probably thinking, what are these guys doing? Like this, how are they doing this? But you've got to trade what sort of is not comfortable, but what makes sense to you. And if you love spending a lot of time on the computer and everything, and you've got to be more disciplined though. You've got to really know when to say stop and when to walk away and things like that. But again, this is just for education and entertainment. We're not saying sell the Swiss yen. I'm not saying buy the Euro Aussie. Okay, so we've cleared that up. Now I've got your Swissy yen 4 hour here, Connor, and you're sitting in around 2 profit currently.
Yeah, so I've locked in about 2.5 R. So
Oh,
for
nice.
those of you who don't know, I risk 2%. So when this trade, if this was to stop out at any time without me moving the stop loss again, I would be currently up 5%, which is pretty good, I think, for a trade. Uh,
Yeah, it is. It is. When you consider if you put your money in a savings account, in a year it makes like 2%. So in
yeah.
1 month or so. Now, what I've got here is the entry was up here, guys, at that where it broke out of that green box. So that's where you entered. Oh, was it a few pips below the low? Is that how you do it?
No, yeah. So like where it broke out of the green box,
Yep.
you see that yeah, actually I'll do this, Scotty, since
Hmm.
we're doing it live. I'll
Yep.
share screen and see if this is this going to work. Can you see my screen now?
I'm gonna slide this across. I think my,
Does
my
this work?
lovely my lovely partner's watching Netflix, I think.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Oh, we
We'll
might.
give it. We might give it. I'll give it 10 more seconds. Yep, it's
No,
working.
it
Yeah, yeah,
it's
it's
working.
working. Yep,
Okay,
yep.
cool. All right. So you see where this candle broke out here,
Mm,
out of the box. All right. So I took it at the next candle. I didn't put a pending order in, anything like that, because that's not how I back tested it.
yep.
So I rated this out of the box because, as you can see, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 good, 6 good touches, countless touches here, and a bit of a break. And you look at it from this point of view. I mean, I don't normally look at it from this long. I
Mm,
kind of look at it from about here.
yep,
But
yep.
you look here. There's already a trend starting, and that's why I'm wearing this hat, Scotty. It says "Make America
Mm.
Great Again," but I want to be making trend trading great again.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
This is a highlight,
and
guys.
so
This is it right here.
yeah. So there's a lot of mucking about though with trend trading, as you know. So as
Mm-hmm.
soon as it broke out, you can imagine I'm just dealing with all this wickiness.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And this went on for a long time. This went on for about a week of me thinking that the trade's just going nowhere. It's going to, I'm going to get stopped out. And then, bang, went down here. And then the same thing happened again. These, as you can see with all these candles, for those who don't know, these are like, you'd probably explain it just as well as I, or if not better. These are like indecisive candles, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I would call them. Yeah, that's right.
Because they're smaller.
Yeah.
They're smaller. Then the ones that went, as you can see, the ones that really have hit downwards have been like very substantial sort of candles. And then these ones become all wicky. And it's just like the market deciding what to do. And it came back up and lo and behold touched the support and resistance line. And then boom, back down. Yeah, and so once it went back down, I just moved the stop loss up above here. And then there was a big retracement. I'm like, oh, that's it. That's done. Like, I'm done for. Just was there. And then bang, back down again. And now I put it above here. And it's going back down. It's hit and going back down. And you can see where my new one is. So I just follow a basic principle of putting my stop loss above the lower high. As you can see, that's a lower high, that's a lower high, that's a lower high, that's a lower high, that's a lower high. And I just keep following it. And, buy well, buy once. I don't have a very good profitability ratio. It's at the high 40s, about 48% or something. But that seems to do well. Have I explained that well enough?
Yeah. So, guys, what Connor's talking about here is that, so you'll wait for... So if someone's thinking, so you'd wait for a trend to develop, but not, develop for too long though. So when you saw there was a turning point that presented, and then I'll get that screenshot up again because that really does.
I've stopped sharing stopped sharing.
It actually worked. All right, I was surprised because my internet, was a little laggy, but it was pretty good. And then you wait for a little bit of consolidation, like you did. And then define the area there with the square or the rectangle, and then it breaks out, and then there's no defined profit. Take profit, guys. It is if it retraces and hits the stop, which is a trailing exit, then the trade's over. So there's no real defined amount you can make. But if you look into successful trend traders, you'll find that they make quite good, steady returns over the long term, which is, what a lot of people don't really do. They'll make, you'll see it in the ads, they'll make like, 1,000% a year, and then you never hear from them again because the risk is crazy. So risking 2% a trade, to make 5 to 6%, who knows where this will go? Probably it just keep collapsing. So, and you don't mind where it goes; it doesn't really matter. And then I think when you were explaining that first week when it was really bad, it was what I call that is like the forget about phase, where you sort of forget about the trade nearly because you're like, all right, whatever, and then you're looking at other charts to see another opportunity. So because you're risking an amount of money, guys, that you don't really care about. Like, it's not going to keep you awake at night or anything. And then once you do that, you just open your horizons to taking what the market has to offer, really, which is sometimes not a lot.
It's funny you called it the forget about it phase, because that's actually the opposite. It's the opposite for me. That's the phase that I really care about.
Yeah.
And then once it's the break, and then once I get it to pretty much I move my stop loss to break even.
Yeah.
Then I don't care at all.
Yeah.
This sort of stuff I do find myself, although I'll never move my stop loss unless it's a part of the rules.
Yeah.
And if I see myself looking at the stop loss, I'll walk out of the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah.
I'm in the wrong headspace, the wrong environment.
Yeah.
But and then once it's I've locked in break even, then I try and really forget about it and look at other charts.
And in order to get it to break even, it's got to get to a 1R as well. Is that correct?
In order for it to get to break even, no. So it could happen. It could happen anywhere, like my break even, because I follow the lower highs.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So it could take a little while for it to happen, but once it does, I'm like, oh, cool. Well, I went through that journey. Now, after that, I don't know, I just seem to have to take a deep breath, and I lose my emotional connection to it a lot more.
Yeah. Was this
Because
trade
they
when
say you shouldn't have an emotional connection.
Mm.
I don't find that true. I think deep down everyone likes to win a bit.
Yeah,
You know
if
what
it's
I
on the
mean? But you
back,
can't-
if the trade is on the back of a few losers, you do start going, oh, like, yeah, I agree. You do sort of want it to move a little bit in your favor. Moving straight
yeah,
away
like
is really
you
good.
just do. You
Yeah.
just do. Like, you don't care who. Like, it's like that quote I said the other week. What was it? Like, losing a trade is like bad, but not
Yeah.
sticking to your plan is devastating or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
when it can get just,
you
yeah,
know
it
what I
can.
mean. If
It
you
can
don't
get
stick
really
to your
ugly.
plan,
Yeah. That's right.
yeah.
I've just noticed the time, guys. It's over 10 minutes. Now, I touch base on my trades all the time anyway, so that's a quick snapshot of unrealized profits for me, guys. So, the Euro Aussie is a similar sort of theory than Connor has as well. My chart's a bit uglier than what Connor's was, but that's how I'm faring to end the week. Unrealized profit around 3% or so with the two trades going. And that's sort of it. Anything else you'd want to
Do you
talk
have
about?
any? Do you have any realized profit?
No. This week is actually a negative. I think it was 1.6% on the Aussie CAD. I'll just bring that up. So that was my realized. It actually is realized this week was a loss, but for the month I'm up a little bit because the USD CAD at the start of the month was just over 2%. It was like 2.2. So I would call that flat for the month currently. So, yeah, I've locked in around 0.2% on the Euro Aussie, and the USD yen still hasn't moved enough for me to lock in, and that's been quite choppy as well. So I've been dealing with the choppy price action, which is, it seems the market's a lot of that's going on, but that's about it, guys, from my end. So nothing spectacular, but nothing terrible either. So. And that's at the end of the day, trading can't always be making a lot of money all the time, unfortunately. So that's about it. But I'm going to leave the Swissy yen for the viewers, Connor.
Is that a cat in the background?
Yeah, it is. It's my
You had
cat
a
in the
dog
background.
last time. I can't keep up.
We've separated them. So normally he's in bed by now, but he's like a bit of background noise for the trade talk. So thank you to the cat.
He's our number one fan.
Yeah. All right, but that's about it, guys. And again, if you want to leave any comments or ask questions, Twitter, YouTube, those are probably the main sources. And I'm going to try and get a special guest on next week who I'm working with to maybe talk about how we're going to get him out of a losing streak, a very significant losing streak. I don't want to talk details quite yet, but I'm going to try and do that, and hopefully people can learn a few things, and it'll be a bit of a journey, a long journey. But that's about it. Connor, anything you like to finish with?
No, mate. As always, Scotty, you're hitting the nail on the head. Well done.
Thanks, guys, for watching, and bye until next week. Happy trading.